You're such an asshole.
Good evening. My opinion on this has shifted as the environment and society has shifted. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Hello, Mr. Clary. Video response, please. Returning customer here, and please keep somewhat anonymous. I'm contacting you today to talk about changing career, moving back home with my mom in a state. I'm currently a company. I do a thing at a place for a handsome salary, but in a second round interview with another company for a remote work job that pays $10,000 less. They're moving quickly, so I'd like to get your thoughts. When was this? Oh, it's one. Okay, we're doing good. If I get this job, I would move back with my mom and pay a rent of $600 a month in chores. If I need to go to the office, I have a room with my sister who lives near the office, which is in a very nice part of the country. A very nice town. Here's some pros of the new jobs. Pros of the new job. Remote work. Save more than my loss in income a year in rent and other bills. I get to live in my childhood home in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by trees, and not living in the city. Closer to most of the family, I get to spend time and help with my retired mom. Would be a resident of the good town in the great state. And have a place to stay with my sister if I need to go to the office. Cheaper taxes. No more treating employees things. You don't have to do all the hard stuff of the job that you currently have again. I fully believe the United States is going to collapse in my lifetime, so the sooner I get the farm going and isolate myself for the cities, the better. I get a dog. I get to buy the house from my mom without getting a loan or the banks involved. In the olden times, this is certainly before my time, parents would bequeath you their house. Yeah, believe this or not, but parents have money. Well, in the olden days they did, but ever since the boomers, they never have money. Yeah, you get this thing called an inheritance. That meant your parents were good with money, or at least they weren't spectacularly stupid, and you wouldn't have to buy your house from your parents. I would buy the house. Just no offense to be truly mercenary. Just wait for her to die. You're gonna get it. What do you care? I'll buy the house from the lady. My mom gets to travel in between my sister and me without worrying about the house being empty. That's good. My current job has been talking about firing all those without the root beer floats, even though they just gave the all clear sign at Congress, I hear. Look, guys, if they're still mandating that stuff, once the Congress got the all clear, just quit, because you're dealing with mentally ill people. That alone will tell me right there, yeah, get the other job. Just get the other job. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That is not a sane place to work. It's not. What other psycho controlling crap do they have going on? What? No. And or changing an increase in insurance payments. Weekly testing is occurring now. Worn the adult face diaper for 1.5 years. Will not be tempted to eat. Okay. Lost several pounds in the last 2 months working out 3 hours a day. Imagine how that works. I see other people who are overweight. Okay. In my current job, we lost a few people in our department. They are not being replaced. I get to do their job as well. No pay increases. Leave. No commute. My room for my hobbies. I have no friends here and hate where I live. If I move back home, I can see family and friends more. Start hunting again on the land. Signing bonus. Cons of the new job. New salary is less. I'll miss a small number of coworkers. Still not worth it. I have a sign-on bonus. Oh. If you don't stay for 2 years. All right. I live with my mother 4 months out of the year. Oh. Okay, that's not a con. So you live with your mom's only there 4 months a year? What? That's great. New career and learning curve, cleaning out the house of old items, clutter, home repairs. You're a youngish man, no kids, no debt. You have a worthless degree. Do not plan on ever dating again and doing my best to be off grid and going gold. My only vice is work and coffee. Those are good vices. I got 62,000 in retirement, 27,000 in cash, 15,000 metals, gold, silver, and copper. 47 guns. Okay, dude. All right. Like a carbine, a long range rifle, small discreet pistol, mid-sized pistol for normal carry, large handgun to drop bear and mountain lion, or guys named Bubba. Bullpup shotgun. That's all you really need. That is really all you need. You have a lot. You have you prepped. You got enough food to last you many years. Okay, you got little side gigs going. I just don't want to identify anymore. I know you say take the other job, and I agree at this time. I just want to hear an outside point. Yeah, absolutely. There are plenty of you gave me about a dozen reasons, all of which on their own, by themselves, individually, would be good enough reason to leave. But the one right there is mandatory root beer floats when we don't have that for Congress anymore. Bye. But hey, it's over now. The news media moved on. New flashy, shiny object. It's called Ukraine. It was Canada and truck drivers, but now it's Ukraine. Yeah, any of you who are still working for a company and they start mandating that stuff, bye, gone, see ya. Enjoy bankruptcy. Plan to go to school online, getting a accounting degree, get the CPA. It's down the road, but it will be easier with a remote job. If I don't stay in the state, remote job means I can move a different state, thinking South Dakota. It's not bad. Used to work 8 hours a week. I have your problem. Can't relax, just work. Yes, because there's idiots in the world. There's no one interesting really to hang out with. There really isn't. I did meet some cool people in Vegas, though, so that was neat. Here's the thing. The move that it's not just, oh, do I move? It's, do I take the other job and consequently move into that arrangement? Yes to everything. One, you're leaving a crappy state and city to be a resident of a good state and a good city. You're going to save a lot of money living with your mom. It meets your long-term goals of survival and prepping and getting a farm going. You and your mom get along together greatly. She probably needs you a little bit because if she's retired and your old man ain't around, I presume he's passed away. Yeah. Your sister is there, so you got free lodging down there if you got to go. But the real reason I'm okay, like Norm, like I said, I've migrated on this as things have changed. In my day, when I was a younger man, you were a weakling. You were a sad, weak. You were not a real man if you lived at home or somehow lived off the subsidy of mommy and daddy. And that's what all the people in Friends were doing. Remember that TV show? Yeah, all of them were living off their parents. And that was like a very, like, I did not have respect for men my age if they lived at home or had mom and dad help them out. Times have changed now because rent has gotten so stupidly expensive because you all wanted to vote for that guy Obama, and he did originally start increasing the money supply. Then so did Trump. So is Biden. Why is everything so expensive? I get a kick out of how $15 an hour won't cut it anymore. That's great. But the number one reason you might as well go live with your mom is you don't want to date girls. You're not interested in them. Not that doesn't mean you've went and bet for the other team, which would be fine if you did. But I get it, man. I understand. There's I keep getting reports from my young lieutenants in the field. Sergeants and privates. It's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. And when I did the numbers for the book of numbers, went through all the dating profiles, yeah, they're just there's no reason. Oh, I was already at a compromise position. It's like, look, keep living at home with your folks, but if you get a girl, on the rare chance, hopefully she's got her own place. So just get a hotel, get an Airbnb, because relationship won't last that long. She'll just be like, oh, I didn't really like you. They'll go away. So there's no reason for you to sign a year-long lease. There's no reason for you to pay more rent when it's just like a hotel, a very nice hotel. Will do for the majority of instances. But yeah, there's no reason. I think, given rent costs, how absurdly expensive it is, how many of you have student loans for stupid degrees? The only way you're going to pay that stuff back is kind of moving back in with your folks. And fine, in the olden times, that might have meant you weren't a real man. But now I don't think it means anything. It doesn't make you any less attractive to women because every guy's living at home. And you're not even interested in women, so you're not even on the market. So the only one real reason you might want to consider getting your own place is now been removed. So yeah. And I do it guilt-free. Go ahead. And this isn't all the jokes removed now. I cleanse you of all 40-year-old virgin jokes removed. There's no reason to pay twice the amount in rent to maybe get laid. Maybe. And there's no reason to pay. So yeah, it does not mean that you are a 40-year-old virgin. It means you're just good with money. And that gives you a place to work. You got your 80-hour work week going on. You got the hustle. And it sounds like that company, your current company, just sounds like they don't get it. They sound like a bunch of dictators. And bye-bye. But you may contract me out. You could do that. You could contract me out for $200 an hour remotely if you're interested. And it looks like they're already shedding people, so I'm going to assume their product is scaling back. I'm going to assume they're not in good financial shape. So, yep, you have my blessing. There you go. Let's go here. Competent man, $2. Parents can't leave the house when a reverse mortgage. You mean they got to live there? I don't care. I'm not going to reverse mortgage my home unless there's like absolutely something horrible happens. But reverse mortgages are for losers who didn't save up for retirement. And all you baby boomers should be ashamed of yourselves. Competent man, $10. Mask still at work? At work still? I have a customer doing testing every week. They send out emails if no test. I get the test but never look at the results. Hey, I took the test. No one said to look at the results. Guys, walk off the job, man. Just walk in like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. It's over. It's over. It's done. Competent man, $5. If anyone asked results, I would say, as far as I know, it was negative. Of course, I never look at the results. I don't know at all. I love it. I love it. Django Geek, $2. So are you surprised Ukraine has lasted this long? Yeah, kinda. I'm not an expert in military, let alone foreign affairs. At one time I was an analyst, sovereign risk analyst. I could have told you. That would have been much more. My opinion would have had some weight or some value to it. But yeah, I'm kind of impressed. Lord knows what kind of training the United States, the West in general, gave Ukraine. I don't know what they're, but yeah, I'm surprised they lasted that long. Coach Red Pill has, I don't disbelieve him either. He's like, look, Russia doesn't want to destroy Ukraine, wants to capture it intact. So I'm sure they're being a little bit more like, okay, if we wanted to win the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Iraq, and Afghanistan, we would just won in there with nukes, leveled it out. Like, okay, here, new dictator. No, we're not doing the nice bombing. This is just flat out. And you're all going to do what we say. But we didn't want to do that. We're much more caring. Or like, we don't want to kill children, which is understandable. We want to kill the people. We just want to institute democracy in a theocratic world. That'll do. Yeah, I do enjoy reading the news. Like, oh, what's going on in Ukraine? Okay, cool. It's like watching a movie. Aaron, people are dying. Yep, people are dying. It's too bad. Competent man, $5. One of my lifelong goals is to live long enough to see that last boomer put into the ground. Reverse mortgage value exceeds of house, so house gone. Yes, that'd be great. I think there's a limit to what you can borrow out of it before the bank no longer extends you a payment. But what do I know about finances? Is anyone from the Doors still alive, or did they all mercifully die? Competent man. Geez, competent man. What are you, bored? Is no one else podcasting? I appreciate it. You're just very generous today. $5 reports out Ukraine that some of the civilians given arms started using them to settle scores and shooting each other. Yeah, I heard that too. Oh, by the way, competent man, have you guys turned Yeetus, Yeetus, Yeetus and TFM? If you search that on YouTube, very good interview. These two guys, two younger dudes, they had a podcast. I'm always interested in new podcasts, so I don't know the name. It's if you search Yeetus and TFM, you're going to get to their channel. You'll find that video. So I'm going to start binging on that. But we got Pete, the guys who refused to invite to social gatherings. I've just been kind of going different ones. And then also, if you guys haven't tuned into Tipping the Odds Las Vegas podcast, tune into that with Mitch and Dr. Kev. They're pretty good. Mitch has been in my Twitter feed for a while. He still haven't visited me. Pooping while standing. Hey, are you in San Francisco? $2. Reverse mortgages are a bad tent. Change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind. It's 100% true. It's like the last parting shot of boomers. Like, oh, we had kids. We loved our kids so much, did the best with what we had and what we knew. Hey, you don't mind if we just take all of our earthly possessions and not help you out at all, do you? I mean, I know your grandparents gave us everything and like let us inherit an entire house, but you're okay if you don't get like any money, right? It's just money. Because mommy has hobbies. Mommy had to retire at 62 in a second. Scottish man. $20 generous dollars. Leprechaun, you recommend? I'm not a leprechaun. I'm Scandinavian, it turns out. I just have an Irish last name. I'm Marcus Brown, who's as black as they come down in Chicago. He's has more Irish blood in me than I do. He did the 23andMe test. He's like 13%. Leprechaun, you recommend the South to live for cheaper costs of living, but isn't most people down there like the people you counted from Wyoming? They're not that bad. No. I mean, okay, fine. You get to parts of West Virginia and Eastern Kentucky. Yes, it is that bad. I have not spent that much time in Mississippi, Alabama, though, or the Panhandle of Florida. I don't know. But that's a tall order to beat Wyoming. That is a really tall order. And I guess you could battle that back a bit by living in metropolitan areas like Macon, Georgia, Atlanta. But man, that's crowded with traffic. Like you don't have to live where they filmed Deliverance. But Wyoming, that's going to be hard to top. I have such a visceral hatred for the people of Wyoming, but it's not. It's not irrational. It's just like you guys just wow. There are very few good people. Very few. Yeah. But I mean, go down, scope it out. Do you have to live in a city? And by South, look, the Miami and Tampa and St. Petersburg and Fort Myers and Fort Lauderdale, every coast, that's wonderful. Wonderful. So, I mean, you don't have to go like, you can, there's got to be someplace down there. Not a fan of New Orleans. Not a fan. Baton Rouge, all right. Shreveport, okay. Not a fan of New Orleans. All right, there you guys go. See you guys later. Toodles.